Are we good?
Shalom.
Shalom.
First thing and foremost, want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to
Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Hakakadash.
Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Those in the gospel abroad, living up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, wherever it may be. We the brothers here at the GMS Kansas City branch, out here another weekend, week out, prophesying the end of America, okay, and waking up the 12 tribes of Israel, with the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, we're here to declare you to return back to your true biblical nationality instead of calling yourselves Negroes, Latinos, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, and so forth, okay? We're out here to put the spirit back in you through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, and Yahushai, and to wake our people up, because you still have a disconnect with the truth and the two-thirds, which the two-thirds are going to be destroyed, but you still have a disconnect between the truth and our people, man. Okay, because we've been so desensitized in America for so long, to the point that we really believe, or people really believe, in the American custom, in the American system. But according to the scriptures, it say, depart from her, this is not your rest, because it is polluted and it will destroy you with the sword of destruction. And if you look at the mindset of our people, man, you got what they call Pride Month, man, okay, which here in Kansas City itself, they celebrate it twice in a year, okay, because this is a highly liberal city, so that's tolerated, okay, which is a division in itself, because Missouri is a Republican state, but you got liberal cities like St. Louis, Kansas City, Jeff City, etc., which is pretty much is going to clash with the people that don't believe in that, man, okay, because here in these red states, they believe in guns, they believe in their First Amendments, their Second Amendments, the rights of their arms, etc., you know, taking upon the beck and call the council law. You know, and that's gonna come into a play of fruition when the division really hits here, man. Because it was an article that I seen this morning in a group chat. They said this guy DeSantis said that the state of Missouri is under a state of emergency because of the heat, man. And shit is drying up out here, which is nothing more but plagues of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, and Yahushai, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you brother got a precept, we can bring it out.
Yep. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, they take counsel, but not of me.
It says, woe to the rebellious children, they take counsel, but not of me, okay? Because, see, our people, man, they've committed two evils, okay? For one thing, they put themselves on a pedestal and they worshiping idols, okay? Because Jake, you know, Jake is savvy. Jake have an understanding of how things work. But see, they go down to government and they put their trust in that instead of their faith in the Lord. Prime example with the juice, man. Instead of putting your faith in Yahweh, Ba'ashim, and Yahushai, and not taking that, you go down to the government and take the you-know-what because you're afraid. Now you're having all these side effects. You got these particular proteins that's creating heavily intoxicated metals in your body. You know, you can't recover from certain illnesses. Why? Because you put your faith in the system. Go ahead.
And it says, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right, and sin to sin is what they call iniquity, okay? Because when you stack sin upon sin, according to the Holy Bible, that's iniquity. And Jake is committing iniquity by being in league with Esau society, man. Okay, because like in the celebrity or the hip-hop world, you got what they call gatekeepers, you know? Gatekeepers and oath keepers. Okay, they hold the secrets into the inner circles of these villains of the elites. So if you want to be a so-called famous rapper to like a big label, what happens is you got to go through certain doors to get certain deals. Meaning you got to do certain things and certain favors, which takes you away from your morals, man. Right. You totally being demoralized from your Yahweh, Ba'ashim, and Yahushai fitting in with this system, man. Go ahead.
That's right, and it says that walk to go down, into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Right, man, and you know, like a lot of people that took that WAP, like I was looking up vestibular disorders, because a lot of people that got sick off the you-know-what, even the people that didn't take the juice, a lot of people were still suffering from allergies, man. So I was looking up some symptoms, and a lot of people that was having these dizzy symptoms was the people that drunk the juice. And a lot of people that are regretting that shit, man. And you got people in there that didn't take the juice that's experiencing similar symptoms, but it's not as bad as the people that took the juice. Which shows you it's something in this shit Esau put out there, man. Right. It's biological, man. All right, but a lot of people are like, man, I shouldn't have did this. I was feeling dizzy, then I went and I took the juice. And people to the point they can't even have a healthy lifestyle anymore, man. And why is that? Because you trust in the shadow of Egypt, which Yahweh, Ba'ashim, and Yahushai told you not to do.
You had a study out there in Europe, the UK,
Now, you can't really say on YouTube what it is, but basically they did an analysis of the death rate before the whole outbreak to right now, and 1,300 more people are dying every week, man.
Damn.
Now, the so-called you know what is over with now, but how is the death rate heightened 1,300 people more a week, you know? And it's not related to the 19, you know? Because a lot of you guys took that juice, man, you know?
Right.
But you can't speak out against it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if it was so, now, and it proves that, now, if that came in the right spirit, and that proves that it's folly behind it, because why can't you speak out about stuff like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was just so harmless, then why can't you say anything about it? Yeah, they hit you with that quick. And that proves, like, when we was going into the MOTB, okay, to the chip, they was hitting us with medical disinfo with that. But I'm like, wait a minute. But actually it does, because when you go into Chruch, or when you go into Staphylococcus asclepius, man, and you go into Chruch, it goes into that particular etching under the skin, so it's all tied.
Right.
It's hereditary, because if you look at Obama's bill he passed back in 2012, if you look at like one of his, like it's like page 1003 or something like that, it tells you about a medical registry that's able to be implanted in you underneath your, you know what?
Right.
You know, so they already had this thing already propagated years in advance, man. They just fed you people with it, because Elon Musk, he basically started, I believe, the first human trials like 2 days ago. Yeah, of the newer shit, yeah. You know, and that's prophecy coming to pass. Because how many disabled people out here, how many veterans out here that barely have functioning cognitive abilities, man?
All fucked up.
All messed up, man.
Right. Really, with that, the medical side for it, that's going to justify them. It's a further prophecy, Revelation 13:16, when it says He caused it all. Okay, because now they're going to be able to pass laws saying, oh, well, we need to track, you know what, that people are contracting. The only way we can keep up with who has it, who doesn't, who took the juice, who did it, is they need to have this chip in their hand and their head. You know, so it's all a setup that they're doing this shit in stages. But now we're getting close to that last stage. It's getting real out here.
Yeah, right. Because see, and this what happens, because with this economy, this current economic system, they already got it in place. The algorithms, like even in certain stores, like at Amazon, you got Amazon. What is it? Amazon Go.
Amazon Go.
But it's another one. Amazon.
I think Go is the name. There might be a new one.
It's a new Amazon. It's like the one when they can put the shit in the cart.
Yeah, that's Amazon Go.
Okay, not Amazon Smart. And you got that already. So like when you go in certain stores, like they already show you like certain kiosks. They show you like certain ways you got to get into these freezers, man. And you got to do this. You got to wave that hand. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? A lot of you guys out there, man, that MOTV coming fast, this right here, it's knocking at your door. There's gonna be a lot of dispersion among false prophets out there, man. Okay, because hey, we've been warning Jake about this for some years, man. And everybody's scoffers, they get bullshit about it, man. All right, because according to the scripture, you believe this is the MOTV, right? Oh yeah, and it is happening, man. You know, and it's simple to understand, but it comes with a spirit of understanding, because the scriptures didn't impart the spirit of truth to a lot of guys.
Yeah, right. A lot of Israelites, they, from their false teachers, they grow up in the truth thinking that sleeping with white women or Christianity is the MOTV.
Right.
Now, how are you going to feel when they bring to you a question about the charagma, man? And there's charagma stations out here.
Right.
How you going to feel?
A lot of them, they just know that they're going to take it, so they're trying to justify it by coming out with false doctrine, saying that's not what it is. And what they do is they convince themselves, just like what a woman does when she's wrong. She'll convince herself that with the action she's doing, that she's innocent.
Right.
That's what these niggas doing with the shit. Look, you take that shit, you're gonna taste of Revelation 14.
That's right.
It goes into it. Exactly what's gonna happen to you. Your ass is gonna burn. And that scripture says forever. That's a long ass period of time. Don't think just because you get hit with a nuke that you just instantly gonna evaporate. No, the Lord can kill the spirit. That's the flesh, and He has the ability to make your flesh come back. You don't know how that shit gonna go down when them fucking bombs hit. You can just have your flesh regenerate, melt, regenerate, melt, and make your spirit feel the pain in your spirit.
Right.
So y'all ain't ready for that. Take that shit if you want to.
Yeah, and convincing yourself that it's not gonna happen by coming up with a doctrine. That's a textbook reprobate right there, man.
Right.
Textbook reprobate, man.
Damn.
Because you know it in your spirit that you're going off, but you're gonna convince yourself of something that you already know it's inevitable, man. It's coming. You know?
Right.
But I had a quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation 16 and 13. It says, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are spirits of devils working miracles."
All right, now hold on, man. Since you understudy GMS, brother, I gotta put you on blast, man. I gotta test you. What is those 3 unclean spirits?
3 unclean spirits?
Yeah.
You talking about
In the precept we just read. Read it again.
It says,
You ain't got it.
"And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet."
So what is the right line?
Esau, Edom?
Okay, so what would be the 3 unclean spirits coming out of the mouth of the beast?
Roman Catholic Church? Or that's the
That's the false prophet.
Esau, Edom is a dragon, and the beast represents Edom. Honestly, I was just looking into that frog part this morning. I watched a video. You can go ahead and let me know what it is. I don't.
That's all good, bro. That's why you're here. Yeah, it's all good, bro. Yeah, those 3 unclean spirits that goes into the trilateral cities. Okay, because if we look at Esau's power structure, you got you got America, you got Great Britain, the monetary, and then you got the Vatican, which is the spiritual aspect. Like, say for instance, right, if you had an empire, okay, and you had a kingdom, wouldn't you need some type of military force behind your wealth?
Yeah.
Because it's just like you got $100,000 in a house. I know you got some guns in that house, but you ain't gonna leave the safe unattended. And then also, if you're a demon, or anybody that have any type of, they always have a spiritual aspect behind it. So them 3 unclean spirits goes into the trial of this man's structure. You know what I'm saying? So those are those unclean spirits. Go ahead.
It says, "For they are the spirits of devils working miracles."
Miracles of that technology, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the power of the atom bomb, they got the power of the elements. Like, now it came out that this double control weather, man. Which we've been knowing that since Vietnam, but now they're solidifying it, man. Like going into Asia, much
It says, "Working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty."
Right, and that's World War III. That shows you that the so-called white man, mainly the elites of the society, are playing on the narratives of these different nations, man, to start World War III. Because you got to look at it this way: the BRICS nations, okay, they may act like they're against the dollar, but they're really not against it. These other nations like BRICS, OPEC, they're all set up parallel, but they're trying to establish the same thing. It's not that they want to do away with the dollar, because, I mean, technically speaking, the elites gonna pull a plug on it anyway, but setting up BRICS and OPEC is another way to put their dollar to the forefront, and they're trying to accomplish the same lame-ass goal. It's gonna all fall at the end of the day.
Right,
You know?
Because if you notice, they're basically ramping up this tension. It's
Yeah.
all rhetoric. They've been egging Russia on for years, man. You know, a nigga walk up to you and bump into you, you know, hoping you do something. They've been doing that to Russia. They've been building NATO bases on their border. You know, like they're supposed to agree that Ukraine was never supposed to be a part of NATO. Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, all those countries, that was supposed to be a border that said, look, you don't put NATO troops here as part of our agreement of the Soviet Union.
Right.
But what has America done over the last 20, 30 years?
Yep.
Done exactly that. So the tension is basically just built up, man.
Yeah. And that's the reason why NATO, that's the reason why, when you look into the whole Ukrainian thing, that's the reason why NATO wanted to, basically the Nazi side of the Ukrainian government, because they wanted to pretty much border Russia, so when they were ready to invade it, they would have forces already on the opposing sides of it. It's called political, what you call that shit, geopolitics, man. Right. Strategic in war, it's all a big game of war, man. Right. And they found out also that in the Ukraine, that America had biolabs down there. And they had like these super hybrid soldiers. They were taking bullets, man, and these motherfuckers were getting up, getting chopped down and walking, man. Bro, we gonna get that power, man. We gonna get this.
Hey, because if you watch the Captain America movie, man, because a lot of people don't know who's down there are the so-called, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but you know, the World War II party that in World War, you know, the Germans, that party, they were doing that. When you watch Captain America, they show you they were doing that back in the 40s, man. Experimenting on soldiers and things like that. And now that party is in Ukraine. People think that was just a German thing, but no, that party is now running Ukraine, man. So what do you think they're not going to be doing the same thing, and they haven't perfected that ability, man? You know?
Yeah, that was what, World War II, that was like what, 40, 50, 60 years ago? 70 years?
Oh, no, I say, yeah, it's like
80.
80 years ago
What,
now,
1920,
yeah.
1940, yep, 80 years.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, so they perfected that technology, man, so some high-level shit getting ready to take off out here, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, hey, Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to do something. He's going to raise up a standard, man. Because, hey, don't think that they perfected those things to kill them. They said the Terminators come after us, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They know. Esau know, like, man, these guys going to be activated, and then, you know, we going to have to, man, bro, the Lord going to turn us up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got to.
You see that movie, The Monsters of Man? That shows you took some shit too. That movie, Monsters of Man. That's like a modern day Terminator type movie. It gives you a very realistic visual of what the shit they got in store for you niggas, man.
Yeah.
You got something more on that?
That was basically it on that. So, that's basically them three unclean spirits that it says it brings everybody to the battle. That's basically what it is, man. Because all this rhetoric is going to lead to World War III. It's going because you got basically proxy wars right now. Like America's back in Israel, and they're back in Saudi Arabia, or they were at least. And then you got Russia, got they power, they back Syria and they back Iran. Then China's back in Russia, you know. So it's all basically been boiling together, you know.
38.
It's basically like East versus West if you look at it geopolitically, you know.
Well, that's why NATO was set up to combat the Eastern Bloc.
Right.
All right, we sit here. This is the book of Ezekiel 22. Now I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead." It says, "In the midst of the furnace, they are even dross of silver," man. Okay? And this furnace here is America, man. Okay? Because the scriptures call this place a fucking iron furnace because of the affliction, the hell, and the Most High is going to turn this place into a straight wasteland.
Right.
Okay? And it says here, "Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow fire upon it, to melt it. So I will gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you."
That's right.
I'm gonna melt you.
Right. Man.
Hey, why, when you read the day of the Lord, why is there always fire involved, man? It's not a coincidence. It's not a day of bunny rabbits and lollipops, as we always say, man. Because when you go into Genesis, Most High say he's not going to flood the world anymore with water.
Yeah.
But he didn't say anything about fire, because he's about to come with that. And as we always say, water and fire are cleansing agents.
That's right, man.
Right. That's the spirit, because it really puts you in perspective of what Noah was going through. Because back then he was telling them, "Hey, water coming.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas finna drown. Y'all niggas finna drown." And we telling you, "Hey, now fire's coming. You niggas finna burn. You niggas finna burn."
Yeah.
Well, it ain't ever gonna happen. Nah, it ain't gonna happen.
Yep.
And it'll be war on U.S. soil.
Yep. Yep.
They don't think it, man.
But shit, man, hey, out there in New Jersey, man, they got nuclear radiation threats and drills out there in New York, that weak-ass drill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they doing that because that's the spirit they signing a line of war. They're getting people there and tell like, look, this is the probability, man. Because, hey, when Russia started letting out tactical nukes, like, we always went into the whole concept of them possibly letting out what they call pocket nukes, man.
Right.
Pocket nuke destroy this whole goddamn downtown, man.
Yeah.
It will level this, man, look, every building will come down just off the explosion alone, man.
Right.
Like, I remember on the 4th of July, man, I was standing on my patio. You know, they was out there committing that folly. This dude threw a fucking M80, whatever it was, bro. He threw it across the street, and I felt the impact on the side of my face, bro.
Right.
I'm literally here, and he threw the fucking bomb across the street in the parking lot, and I felt the blast radius. I'm like, I thought he threw it at me, man. I'm like, what the that's a stick of dynamite. So just imagine what a nuclear missile gonna be, man.
Oh yeah, a 50 cal. I was shooting a 50 cal, man. A very 50 cal. You can feel the fucking sonic wave after that rifle going off, man. That's just one gun. You can see the trace of it, and you can see the air, the shock wave go around it.
And that shit is not designed for human consumption. This 50 cal bullets wasn't designed to go in a human. That was designed to shoot down.
Supposed to shoot down
helicopter.
anti-terrorist.
Yeah.
That shit. That 50 cal round, it don't even have to touch you. It can be about 2 feet away from you and still take your fucking face off a limo.
So basically in the movie when chicks be shooting that shit with one, that's some bullshit.
That's some
You ain't
bullshit.
shooting that one goddamn hand.
50 cal.
Yeah, like in a Halloween movie. You remember she was trying to bust that shit in white, bro? I'm like, come on, man. That gun bigger than her.
Yeah, she just fired that bitch one time and snapped her damn wrist, man.
Yeah, I got more on this, bro. Now you good? It says here, and I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and you should be melted in the midst of, man. Damn, the Lord said it twice, and it says, as the silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall you be melted. And when the Lord mentions something 3 times, that's a statement, man. That's solidified. It says, so ye should be melted in the midst thereof, and ye should know that I, the Lord, have poured out my fury upon you, man. And the Most High is getting ready to set you niggas on fire, man.
Right.
Okay? Because, hey, like the brother said, you take the MOTB, that you know what? You take that, hey, that's going to be your fiery judgment, man.
Right. Okay?
Because honestly, be in the spirit of pushing this more.
Right.
You know, because this is the next prophecy. We're speaking this into existence, man.
Right.
Yeah, when they bring this shit, hey, we out of here, brothers.
Right. If you catch what he said right there, I was gonna say, if you catch what he said right there, the people think you're gonna be die instantly in them nukes, like y'all was brother. He was saying, how are you gonna know that you fucked up when the Lord hit you with the nuke? If you're gonna just be vaporized instantly. If the Lord said I'm gonna melt you, then you shall know that I was against you.
Yeah. Did you notice, man? You can survive being on fire. Most of the time, people die from carbon, from fires, the smoke, or you know, the shit encapsulates your lungs. But if you got a strong set of lungs, you can survive being set on fire, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I seen people, man, like that one dude. You said his ass looked like a putty patrol.
Yeah.
He got set on fire, man. That's a horrific death, man. That guy looked like something on fucking Devil May Cry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's only so much we understand as far as the spiritual realm and how your spirit works. How do you know your spirit can't feel pain? How do you know that? So yeah, your body may obliterate, but who's to know? Hey, that this technology that the Lord created the Smith to create doesn't fucking melt your spirit, man.
Yeah.
And you still feel your pain after your body's gone.
Well, I guess it tells the Lord to put it on you. Somehow you still have a life force because the spirit is pure energy.
God.
So it has no feeling to it. But the Lord can keep that life force alive long enough so you can feel that pain, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you go, you out of here. But hey, the Lord keep your body. Because hey, it says, remember, fear him that's able to destroy both body and soul in hell. Lord, man, you feel that in your body, but that's an excellent point you made. Because Yahweh Shah can do anything. But see, but when you open the door up, that's when niggas come with that hell bullshit.
Right.
See, the brother that said that spirit can feel pain, that means you die when you go to hell. No, the scripture doesn't say that.
About.
No.
Right.
And what proves is that, you know, Yahweh Shah preserves life. I did this video a couple weeks ago. I titled it, Nobody Dies Unless the Lord Sanctions It, man.
That's right.
Basically, it was a news article where a suicidal dude ran into a gas station and injured all kind of people, fucked himself up and everything, but he's still alive. The thing is, he had a gun with him and shot himself in the head, and he still lived, man. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, if Yahweh Shah don't put the green light on you, man, you ain't gonna go. So, hey, a lot of you people, you just gonna sit there and be missile food for however long, man.
Yeah, deservedly so, because Revelation 9:6 says, in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it. And should desire to die, and death shall flee from them, man.
That's right, man.
That's a spirit, bro. Death is a spirit. Most out like, nah, nigga, you ain't coming. Nah, you keep your ass in there.
Right. That's right, man. The scriptures speak about the firstborn of death.
Yep.
In the book of Job, man. And that's a chief angel, and his duty is to basically put niggas to death. He controls their realm.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, a good depiction of that is Final Destination, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all that cheating death, that's bullshit, man. It just wasn't their time to go yet.
Right.
Them all them freak accident, that was just judgment, basically.
Right. Yeah. But you know how the Most High might set it up that way when you think you're running from death. It's just like Michael Myers. You can run away from him, but he's still gonna catch your ass, man.
Right.
You know? Like death, they was running from death, but ultimately nobody survived except one person.
And that's crazy, bro. Like, you made the Michael Myers point. I had to meditate on it this morning, man. Like, all right, you in a burning house. That's not survivable, right? This nigga walk out the front door. Like, you got firefighters in there. I mean, they all PPP'd up because you can't breathe that shit. This nigga's literally breathing in fucking fire and shit, surviving shit.
Right. And that's another point too I want to speak on was when you watch the videos on how nuclear bombs operate when they hit, there's certain radiuses of like a kill center. Then you have another circle where people don't die, but they suffer to death from intense heat. and from the radiation poisoning. And that number is going to be in the millions. 'Cause let's say New York City hit. Okay, yeah, the immediate epicenter of where it hit at, you're going to have instantaneous death. But outside of New York City, you know, just a couple miles out, you're still going to have a lot of survivors that's going to be having burns, radiation, the heat.
Nuclear fallout.
They're just going to have to live with that shit. Drink the poisonous water, suffer from more burns from that. Radiation ain't no joke, radiation burns.
Oh, the Hills Have Eyes showed you that when they was testing them fucking bombs on them, whatever them things back there. That's why they were so goddamn mad. Like when them Edomites went camping, and they started killing them, man. Because you got people that still suffer from aftershock of that, man.
And the thing is too, is like Esau, depending on the altitudes, he could detonate it higher up in the air. So you just catch the whole fire layer. You don't feel no shock, you just get straight heat. You know? Because if you drop it right down at the height of that building, it's gonna be a shockwave. But if you drop shit further up in the atmosphere, man, you catch a straight fire, man.
That's that precept right there.
This Deuteronomy. Yeah, this Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. See what I'm saying? And we gonna, Lord willing, we can go through that Jeremiah 50, because it say Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. So this place, as chaotic as it is, it's always in control of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. He's letting you people go around doing this undesirable activity, popping animals, you know, popping babies, until ultimately the judgment comes, which is the day of the Lord, which we're going into, man.
Sir, fine. Yeah, Jeremiah 50. Yeah, bring that out. Somebody give me the book of Revelation 16. You have something? Okay, yeah, bring out what you got, and then you can bring it out. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, started verse 4. It says,
Matter of fact, no. Get Isaiah 34. Start here. Let's go there. Then we're going to jump to that Jeremiah 50.
Yeah, I'll hold Jeremiah.
This is Isaiah 34, verse 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it.
Right. So hey, this is a universal message, man. Obviously, our main focus is the hopeful elect, but we are still prophets unto the nations, man. The whole world needs to hear this, because this is fair warning, man. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations.
And what's indignation?
Righteous anger.
Righteous anger.
It says, and his fury upon all their armies, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
It's going to be a stench in this place, man. We're talking about before the missiles come, okay? Because you're going to have mass death. You're literally going to have a purge, like that movie Forever Purge, man. That's straight out the scriptures, man.
They showed him at the end, and people don't care.
Yeah, the whole goddamn country. You know what I'm saying? And the last two Purge movies was probably the most spiritual of them all.
Yeah.
Because they went from Jake being in the ghetto, and the last one was with Issachar and fucking Gad, and then all of a sudden the whole goddamn country was on fire, man.
They made this stuff on the last one.
And death and stinks, man. So think about all the people that got diabetes, AIDS, that took that, you know what? You know what I'm saying? All the fucking Keisha just stink, man.
Straight up.
Black woman smell like straight garlic, man.
It's gonna reek out here, man.
Yeah. Just that alone and the obesity of them, man. You got big fat black women out there that literally got to take 3 or 4 showers. She's taking about 5 baths just to be somewhat fresh, man.
Easy.
You know?
It says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Right, and the mountains is talking about these governments, man. Lower level governments, these cities, man. Because even in these smaller cities, you got summits, man. Okay, that's why you got the courthouse buildings. If you look up, you got the Roman numerology on them. Going back into the 12 feathers, going back into the book of 2nd Esdras, the 11th chapter, man. The 12 Caesars, okay, going into the Roman Empire. This is the Roman hierarchy already revamped, so to speak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these little cities, these courts, these police stations, man, all this shit gonna be thrown down in due time. Okay, go ahead.
Says verse 4, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Yep, that's that destruction, that mushroom cloud right there, man. Right? That's this right here. That's what the prophet Isaiah saw in the vision, man. Okay? That's gonna be a reality. Because I was in a group chat the other day, and the brother sent a video, I think it was out there in Hawaii or no, I think it was like down in Bahamas or something. He sent like a picture of the clouds, and it looked literally like a projectile of a mushroom cloud. I said, that's a omen. Yeah,
I saw that.
yeah, that's an omen, man.
It says, and all their hosts shall fall down, and the leaf as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Yeah, and the host, that goes into the armies, man. So, what, China got a 1 million-man army? Russia got their army, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Israel. You see what I'm saying? Because when you go into 2nd Ezra 13, it describes a innumerable multitude gathered together, man, fighting each other.
Right.
So what the Lord is killing birds in one stone, man. He gonna get everybody in one place and get his son to obliterate everybody. Then the missiles come.
Oh shit, matter of fact, hey, let me cover this quick. I got a quick precept real quick, Baba Lushan. This is the book of Joel. You already know I'm going with this one. Joel 2.
That's the spirit. I had that. I was holding that.
You holding it?
I was. Yeah, I can get it back.
You bring it out. Yeah, Joel 3, man. When it says gather them together for the bring it out. That's a perfect precept to line up what this brother just said.
Yeah, because we brought that out earlier, how that those 3 unclean spirits is spitting all the rhetoric to get all this thing to happen, man. You know?
And you Edomites, man, you devils gonna pay, man. You devils, it gets no better than this for you, man.
Yeah.
All right, this is the goodest it gets. You got fucking pride, like we was talking about Westport last night. Hey, the brother said it. It ain't nothing but momos down there, man.
Right.
Like it's a total because we used to prophesy down there, man. You know, we hang out at the camp and shit. You know, we be down there all fucking day, man. And it was just straight chaotic, but now that shit is like a whole different level.
It's a different spirit.
Yeah,
It's a real different spirit.
We shook the dust off that place, and you got these niggas at the IUIC trying to go down there and pass out. You guys are not doing the work right, man.
Right.
You know, passing out water, and y'all out there prophesying, what, maybe once every month, 2 months. Y'all ain't out there for the cause, man.
Yeah. Like,
You ain't coming downtown cursing out Esau. You standing in the fucking hood. Ain't nothing in the goddamn hood, man.
yeah,
So what Yahushua say? He said, hey, well, was it any good thing that coming out of Nazareth? Ain't nothing good coming out of there, man.
yeah. Anything good coming out of Jay's chicken.
Good nigga.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and would plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Right, so hey, what's the valley of Jehoshaphat, brother?
Valley of Judgment in the Middle East.